Zeusy, you want to help Daddy make another video? Okay, here we go. Come here, come here. Come here, help Daddy make a video. Oh, Zeusy, Daddy loves you. There's Zeusy, we're going to complete the square for you. Okay, here is question number 3 for your 1105 final exam review. And I'm telling you people, use these questions to study. I'm giving you a gift. Right, Zeusy? Yes, you are, Daddy. Yes, you are. I love you, Zeusy. Okay, if I want to solve this quadratic equation by completing the square, first thing you have to do in any quadratic equation, if you're going to complete the square, you have to verify that the leading coefficient is a 1. If the leading coefficient is not a 1, then you would divide every term on both sides of the equation by the leading coefficient. But in this case, it is a 1. The next step in completing the square is to get the x's alone. So basically, I have x squared plus 8x is equal to a -2. So I've isolated the x's. Now, what I need to do next is I need to actually turn this expression into a perfect square. And the way you're going to do that, you're going to take half of the coefficient of the middle term, half of 8, which is 4, and you're going to square it. So let's come down here. The way I did that, I took half of 8, and I'm going to square it. Of course, half of 8 is 4, and 4 squared is 16. Now, that number 16 gets added to both sides of the equation, because remember, what you do to one side of an equation, you have to do to the other side of the equation. It's a balance. Now, the whole reason for doing that is this trinomial, x squared plus 8x plus 16, is now a perfect square. So it factors as x plus 4 quantity squared. And of course, it's not an accident that the number you use here to factor was the number that was inside here before you squared. This is equal to -2 plus 16 is 14. So I have x plus 4 quantity squared equals 14. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply the square root property. When I apply the square root property on the left-hand side of the equation, I end up getting x plus 4. On the right-hand side of the equation, I have plus or minus the square root of 14. Now to finish, remember I'm solving for x, so I'm going to get rid of the 4. So I have x is equal to a -4 plus or minus the square root of 14. There's nothing to do with 14. In other words, there are no perfect square factors that can come out of 14. So technically, I have 2 answers to this quadratic equation. If I were going to write my solution set out, one answer would be a -4 plus the square root of 14, comma. You know how Course Compass likes those commas. And the other answer would be a -4 minus the square root of 14. And let's say, for example, if your pre-calc teacher next semester, or even your 1105 teacher this semester, said approximate these solutions, then you would go to your calculator and plug each of these in and approximate them to that degree of accuracy. Okay, keep up the good work. Keep studying for this final. It's what you need to do well on it. Have a good day.